Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Week 29 team selection video here. Teams all set this week. I have not made a transfer, or at least as of yet. We'll go over what the team's looking like as well as what I'm kind of thinking. So in net, we're going to have Di Gregorio as Falcone is playing Napoli. Napoli had a bad game recently. I don't imagine that many of those are going to occur in a row. We have Kim, Biol, Ibanez, Darmian, and Danilo along the back line, all of which, other than Danilo, have a very winnable and, let's say, clean sheetable fixture this week. And Danilo has the attacking threat, and Juve could, whenever, put a clean sheet on the board. So I like the way that my defense looks, and I'm going with all five to start this week. We have Kvaratskhelia, Lookman, and Dybala along the midfield. Lookman didn't start last week, hoping that changes, especially with his goal off the bench this week. Kvaratskhelia, again, the Napoli players obviously did poorly, getting shut out by Roma last week. Hopefully that changes for this week. And Dybala had a great match. Hopefully he can keep up that run of form. But I'll be captaining Lautaro Martinez for Inter Milan. They have been playing pretty poor, but against the Salernitana side, that is a side that you always want to attack, I find. Good things normally happen when I captain big players against Salernitana. On the bench, we have the two Lazio midfielders, Anderson Zaccagni, as well as Enzo as a flag on him right now. I would be happy, like I have Anderson or Zaccagni could get good points this week, of course, against Juve. Part of this is just a loyalty thing, which isn't great to run a fantasy um, page with. But out of all of them, I mean, I'd say that they're facing the toughest defense. Their rotation risks as well. But I do feel safe, and if one of my players don't play, I feel like they will sub in at least for maybe 1 point. But that's kind of how the team is looking right now. My thought right now is Osimhen still seems like he's out. So Simeone should still get the start. I would say that's a player that you should be picking up. If I feel like Osimhen's injury wasn't insignificant when he got that on the international break. With Immobile potentially coming back to the fold, I would say he's another player that I'm looking for, and that's why I don't plan on using my transfer this week. I think I'm going to roll it and switch out one of my Lazio midfielders for maybe Rabiot, who's much cheaper priced, and then bump up one of my midfielders, hopefully to someone like Immobile. So another big striker, because I do have 3.7 in the bank right now. Other players that you could get, Paulo Dybala is doing fantastic. So Simeone, Immobile, Dybala. I would still say Danilo's a great option. If you want to skip over on this week, you could because it's against Lazio. But in the future, still very consistent and have been playing very well this year. I've always been one to say that that was a terrible deal they made with Man City way back to swap Cancelo and Danilo. But finally, we're actually seeing some good Danilo football lately. And lastly, Kvaratskhelia, I'd say, is someone that you should have had all year, to be truly honest. Didn't have a great game against Roma, but I'm expecting that run of form to continue, and that's why he's got my vice captaincy this week. Okay, let's quickly see what happened around the league. Beto, Martinez, Giroud, Leao, and Diaz all being bought after that 4-0 win against Napoli. Clearly, AC Milan players are popular right now. I'm going to wait a bit before I hop on that bandwagon. Felipe Anderson, Enzola, Osimhen, DiMarco, and Toloi out right now. Some of those make sense, like Enzola, Osimhen. If Immobile is back, I can see why Anderson could be starting to get rid of. And here was the team of the week. A lot of red between Salernitana, Bologna, Roma, and AC Milan. That's a lot of red in the lineup. Shenzi, Parisi, and Milinkovic-Savic are in the team as well. All right, that's kind of how my team looks going into this game week. We have 10 game weeks left. If you don't have those chips, it's really time to start thinking to use it. I need to do that as well. I'm probably going to use a double transfer next week, ride that game week out, and maybe shuffle and get ready to use a bench boost as well. So just little thoughts to keep at the back of your mind. Or sorry, that's an all-in chip in Serie A fantasy, not the other bench boost is Premier League fantasy. So my bad on the language there. But things to keep in mind, we want to use those chips. Um, and yeah, feel free to have any ideas on how you're approaching the rest of the season in the comments below. And I'll talk to you next time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.